Hi, I'm Alan Young and welcome to Guitar Made Easy. I've been teaching guitar for nearly 30 years. I've developed a unique system to help people learn quickly and more enjoyably. Now, if you're an absolute beginner, the first thing you'll be wanting to do is learn a few chords, learn how to move smoothly and quickly between those chords. And there are plenty of tips on how to navigate your way around those chords more effectively. You'll also want to learn how to do some picking patterns, this kind of style of playing. It's important to get your technique right from the beginning, both with strumming and picking techniques. So I'll show you some fundamentals that'll help set you up right from the start, and that'll make things easier as you get on to more difficult types of strums. For example, keeping your hand flowing evenly down and up and not getting any jerky movements and things like that in the process. So these two styles of playing, strumming and picking, are fundamental. And another fundamental style is lead guitar playing. That kind of thing. So these three styles of playing I'm teaching mixed in with various styles of music. So you'll be exposed to a really wide range of music and learning how to improvise within those songs, as well as playing exactly as what's on the record. Now, those styles of playing, strumming, picking patterns, and lead guitar playing, are all what I describe as one layer of sound. And after you know a few chords and a few strums or a bit of picking, you can play hundreds of songs, but it's great to know how to take your playing on to the next level. And what this is all about is building layers of sound as you're playing. So if you're just strumming like this through a few chords, if someone's listening to this, the problem is that unless you're singing, they really can't tell what the song is because there's no melody involved. So one of the first steps I help people achieve is to add melody while they're strumming. Now, how this is achieved is by altering the fingers in the left hand, taking fingers off or putting fingers onto the chord that reflect the melody of the song. So let's say the song's melody was like that. You can change the left hand fingers and go. So every chord that you play has alterations that you can make to it. If you're in C or G, this kind of thing. So learning these really gives you a lot of potential to add extra dimension to your music. The same applies if you're doing a picking pattern. If you're just doing this, the melody of the song's not there. So if you can go a little bit like that, and the melody starts coming in there. So strumming and picking is one layer, adding a melody is another layer, and a third layer you can add is reflecting a little bit of what a bass player can do. Now, instead of, when you're strumming, hitting all of the strings, if you select just the thickest string as on the first beat of the bar, and then strum the thinner strings, you get two layers, bass, and the top or down here, bass, like that. So it's creating a second layer, which is much more interesting for the ear and more fun to play. And this concept can be developed into much more advanced techniques on what you call a walking bass line. That kind of thing. And a fourth layer you can get going at the same time is reflecting parts of what a drummer or a percussion player would do. Let's say you're playing a little blues piece and you have a swing strum like this. Now you can add a sound that's a little bit like a snare drum by hitting on the guitar like this, where the snare drum player would do that. Like that. So this is adding a dimension into your playing that wouldn't have been there before. And there are various types of percussion sounds you can make. If you deaden the strings like this, I call that scratching. And you can come in and out of playing the chord and scratching the chord, and you get these really cool grooves going. So these are the 4 layers you can work on. A basic strum, picking all like that. That's one layer. The melody, the second layer. The bass, and the percussive type sounds. If you put all these together, it can really start sounding amazing. Now, this can sound a lot for a beginner, but in a teaching process, what I do is introduce these ideas in simple little steps right from the beginning. So it's not as though you've got to play for 12 months before you get to do the really cool stuff. But these little steps are not hard to do, and before you know it, within a few months, your playing can be completely transformed. Now, these sort of things that take you years and years to figure out on your own. You won't find most of it in books anywhere. The things that I've developed my own over the years. So I can really shorten the process of learning for you tremendously. Let's say you put all these sort of things together, how would it sound? Let's say I'll start with a little strumming with the percussive elements in there. There's 2 layers. I'll put a bass line in. If I added the 4th layer onto a melody, let's say the melody was something like this. So you put that, and the bass line. So you can have a lot of fun with that, and I can really help shorten that learning process for you. Now, mixed in with that, I teach things like scales, that kind of thing, and all kinds of patterns of playing that can be used for improvising or just having a great time on the guitar. This sort of thing. That's one style of kind of rock and roll blues type pattern thing. This sort of stuff. Learning to bend notes, hammer-ons and pull-offs, that kind of thing, slides, and all kinds of other kind of neat sounds that can really bring your playing alive. So, give us a call. Come and have a free lesson, no obligation. See if it's the kind of thing you'd be interested in. I'm sure I can make the process fun and easy for you. So thanks for listening.